Okay, what up ladies and gents, your favorite Asian robot right here, hopefully your favorite official content creator for the first Descendant, and today we'll be conducting a weapons test. Alright, so please do look forward to it. Let me tell everybody that we're live. So I'll give you guys the details of the test a bit later, and it will be time-stamped later on in the stream. Because first we're going to make sure that we can clear the invasions. Then we're going to make sure Greg's is fully at level 40 because we're going to have to put in one more crystallization catalyst slot. Then we're going to do a weapons test, and I'll show you how we conduct it. I've even got a spreadsheet, my favorite thing, you know, prepared in the background, so we're pretty much ready to go. It's going to be a good time. And of course, you guys have my apologies for this morning. I have no idea what happened with the building and why they decided to do maintenance work and repairs like that, like the way they did today. But yeah, I'm sorry that the morning stream got, you know, sort of chopped in half. It was just very unpleasant for everybody. But hopefully tomorrow your entertainment will not be interrupted. So let's rock. All right. Okay, we're good to go. As for what happened, basically my building, I thought it was my ISP, but turns out that it was my building that actually was doing some maintenance on one of the areas near the internet, the fiber to the building. And then basically, I think they must have unplugged it or something because the fiber to the building was the thing that wasn't working. My internet service provider was not having an outage because their mobile network was working just fine. I mean, thankfully for that. But yeah, they were not having an outage. So basically just no internet, but to our building only. So, yeah, the thing is, like, they forget that some of us, and I know other people do as well, they were working for home. There are also a lot of elderly people in my building who would all be, you know, using the internet and whatnot at that time. So, and they were doing it at like noon at lunchtime, and people would be like watching their YouTube videos and whatnot on their break. It was so silly, but it is what it is. Because I eat lunch at a very different time. But hey, Trek. And CG, good to see you. Alright, so welcome everybody. Like I said, today what we're going to do is, first and foremost, I am going to absolutely speed clear the invasions. Then I'm going to get Greg's to 40. And then we're going to start our weapons test. I want to see what is truly the best value for money with Greg's. So we're going to do that. That is the difficulty level rewards, Ace Death. These things rotate weekly. So it's where you choose to get reactors and your auxiliary components. If you tap all rewards down the bottom, you can see the rotations each week. Alright, they tell you all of this in advance, and it rotates every week. So different areas of the map will drop particular rewards, which means that you can target farm certain reactors for certain characters. Hope that makes it clear, Ace Death. But yeah, no internet Haza was pretty bad. And for me, because I really, really love my job of streaming for you guys, I hate not being able to work.
Don't you think?
And of course, it's not like anybody will compensate me for lost work hours, so I was a steaming ball of rage. But thankfully, the rage is somewhat lessened now. So I'm no longer a steaming ball of rage. I am only a half steaming ball of rage. Let me see. Whoa, game lag there for a second. As far as I can see, no. Why would Nexon change anything more about invasions? The only thing that's coming, as far as I know, and as far as I can see from the Discord or whatnot, is that they are going to add matchmaking to the invasions, which people have been asking for since the very start. I don't believe that they have changed anything else or plan to change anything else. As far as I know, I could be wrong, but this is what I'm seeing from the official Discord. There's nothing more there. So why do you ask the question, Hazza? Don't tell me somebody is spreading lies again. Because the only thing that's happening is the matchmaking change. That's it, and that has been already I've already informed everybody via my videos, so they should all know about that. If anyone is not informed, then they did not watch the videos, which is most disappointing. Well, what did you hear, Hazza? Did you hear about the matchmaking? Because that was in my videos already. If it's something else, then what are people saying? Because official information wise, oh, the matchmaking thing. Then yes. I already told people about it. I told people about it weeks ago. That was the first thing that they said they were going to change. It was in my first video on it already. As soon as the first dev note came out, the director already said that they are working on the matchmaking and that they would be changing that because it's quite important. Jesus, Hazza. Hey, pay attention when your creator says something. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. No problem, mate, man. Like I said, I'm here to be the best source of official information. That is if people actually pay attention to the information being provided.
Descendant. The enemy has modified the ancestors.
Remember, whenever something is about to happen, I will tell you. Okay. Exo square.
The weapon
Easy.
contains ancient arcane. The structure on the ground draws and releases this. Descendant, I will show you the properties of the arcane stored within the weapon. You can disconnect the energy link using your own arcane.
Oops. There we go. Sorry, adjusting settings in the middle of an invasion run. Not the wisest thing to do during a speed run, but meh. Oh my god, Timu ad, go away. It's my own stream. It's going alright. Can't complain too much. Okay. Oh, triangle X. Okay.
Descendant, the enemy commander is using the inversion energy as a personal barrier. We must find a device with the same arcade properties.
Okay, it needs to be yellow.
That device from above
Or rather orange.
the inversion energy.
Water playtime! Watch out! My shield!
Is she firing toxic damage? That is so weird. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me, but okay. I must have set the wrong build, but oh well. Depends, Ace Death. Like, if you're willing to take a gamble. I usually just go up there. It's not like it's gonna affect my goal timing.
Descendant. The enemy
Lol.
has modified the ancestral
Slingshot it.
weapon with Vulgus technology
Oh well. Whoops.
and are using it to emit inversion energy. It appears they are defending the gate.
Aw, come on. Really all the way back
The
here?
weapon contains ancient arcade. The structure on the ground draws and releases this. Descendant. I will show you the properties of the arcade stored within the weapon. You can disconnect the energy link using your own arcade.
Yeah, you can just do whatever you want. I just go for gold because it's faster. May as well just go for it. I just go for these, like they're practically my daily gold farm, so
Here I go. So annoying.
Descendant. The enemy commander is using the inversion energy as a personal barrier. We must find a device with the same arcade properties. You need to attack that device from above to penetrate the inversion energy.
My shield.
oh lol. Like legit just 1 second away. There we go. How dare they? Okay, that's done. There are about 5 buttons here. I mean, realistically, you could just go activate every single one, but for me, there's no point in activating every single one. Just in case I didn't address that earlier, yes, Valby always says boing boing boing. It's for her first skill. Oops, sorry, there she is. Sick. Better. Let's check the modules. Yeah. I really need this. I don't, do I? Okay, Legion of Immortality, let's smash it. Then we'll go do some real work. Hey, Tommy. Oh, you're playing in Korean, Hazza. Fair enough. That's fair. If all goes well tomorrow, it was supposed to be today, but due to the problem I had earlier, it just was not meant to be.
This is a phase separation layer, which uses inversion.
But yes, I'm getting it done.
It has a large output.
I know I messed up because I promised it to you guys
Units of data per second.
last week. I was planning on having it be Saturday, Sunday,
The structure that appears
but
on
I
the
ended up
device
excessively busy.
are this artificial brains. This is how they are processing all that data.
It's all pretty much done,
Continue to insert all this
but I just have to
artificial
post about it. And today,
brains into the device, Descendant.
I managed to return to streaming earlier this morning. So for those of you that did not see what happened this morning, take note of the incident that happened. But I couldn't post it today after that. I had to make sure everything was good for the night stream, because the revenue cut would hurt a lot. But I'll post it tomorrow. There it is. Hello, Juan. Catalyst spots on stream. What do you mean? What do you mean by catalyst spots? You mean what I've done on Glay?
Using the phase separation veil as a shield. If you overload the computing device, you can create an opening to attack the commander directly.
Because the answer is no. Please wait for the video. I do not show my builds on stream until they've been posted already. This is to protect my content and to keep myself safe. Unfortunately, First Descendant has a lot of very, very unscrupulous creators who basically will accuse others of stealing their builds or whatever. Even though we might, you know, just come up with the same thing, since there's only a limited number of modules in the game. They'll try to accuse others of stealing the builds, things like that. So because of that, I no longer show my work on stream. Until I posted the video, it's a solid no. Please do not ask that of me either, because most of the people who watch my content know never to ask that. If you ask that, it looks a little bit sus. Because the question that'll be in my mind is, are you coming from one of those creators trying to get me in trouble, or do you just not know about the situation? But yes, try not to ask that on stream if you can, because I prefer not to. My policy is strictly only when it's done, then I provide it. Mostly because those accounts are straight away banned. But yes, it's happened frequently. Whenever I would post any kind of build, right? You'll get a few trolls that'll come in. Like as soon as the build goes up, you know that they're already following your account because they'll post it. Then what I do is I just go into my YouTube comments, because I know that these are troll accounts that are just talking rubbish and whatever. I just ban them from the channel and it's good to go. So that's why you won't see it on my videos, because again, I run a professional channel. I'm not going to leave those comments up for no reason, because that is practically defamation. Was your Order of Truth level 1? Because if they are level 100, you should only hit roughly... I think you can get around 4 mil, but I don't think you can go beyond that.
Descendant.
You have to check. You have to check what level you summon the creature at.
Inversion energy. It has a large output, which requires processing of tens of billions of units of data.
Oh, fair
per
enough.
second. According to the scan results, the structure that appears to be a computing device is full of Vulgus artificial brains. This is how they are processing all that data.
It is possible.
Continue to insert Vulgus artificial brains into the computing device, Descendant. If you overload the device,
But again, you would have no hit points, so... I suppose it could work theoretically. I think you should double check because I don't believe it should be possible to do that.
Get out of the way!
8 to 9 mil, I can believe it because the modifier is not high enough even if you were to increase it. So 8 to 9 mil, I could believe it. But 11's a bit excessive. I'm working on it, Clark. All good things take time. I still gotta do Glay first.
Shit! No chance!
The claim's all frivolous anyway, Brandon. I mean, realistically, the builds that I do, most of the time, let's be honest, they're the same builds that you guys could come up with anyway. Because it's not like I've got special modules only available to me. No, the builds that we can all come up with, we all have the exact same set of tools. If tomorrow everybody was a content creator with the same mindset, everybody could have the exact same build. So it's realistically, you know, not even something worth thinking about. So I know from my experience with other games as well that several people have tried to pull stunts like this. Generally, it doesn't make your creator look better by having your Rabbit fans say, "Oh my god, he's the first one to come up with it." I know because that has happened before on a very different game. All it does is it just pisses people off, and it makes your reputation as a creator tank. So I wouldn't do it. I mean, my work is my work, but I wouldn't expect somebody to go around and say, "Oh my god, RealAsianRobot came up with that first," because I most certainly did not. Somebody else who may have bought crystallization catalysts rather than farming each one might have come up with it first because he's got the same set of tools as I do. And that's fine, you know? I post what I do for my audience, but other people can post for their audience as well. Thing is, too many creators, I think there's a bit of ego in that, like, because I'm the first, no one else can do it. But it's like, that's like kindergarten stuff, man. We all have different audiences and different people.
My shields!
Yeah, no worries. I hope that you will be patient in your waiting, and I do apologize for the delays as well. I try to record one video per day, in addition to my normal 2 streams, but sometimes timings just get wild and, you know, it becomes difficult. Like today, after sorting out everything and doing all the admin, there was just no way for me to have enough time to actually go and record the Glaive video, which actually I was planning on posting today, but I'll just have to delay it to tomorrow because there's just no choice, you know? Sometimes it do be like that. Okay, we are done. I wouldn't say fixed because it's that comes with a bit of a negative connotation. I'd say they can be varied based on player taste. But I personally, and of course I have to take a little bit of pride in my work, I don't believe any of my builds require fixing. They are designed the way they are for their own specific purpose, but if somebody prefers something different, then that's okay. But in a similar way, I would never put a negative connotation on something by saying it has to be fixed, no. Variations exist, and you can alter it to suit your playstyle. But I stand by my work. Yeah, I know. But I just want to clarify it because, again, sometimes people that stop by my streams don't speak English. And when something needs to be fixed, it usually, the implication is that it's broken. So, yeah. And broken, of course, could be good or bad, but either way, I tend to like to be very clear in what I say. Because there have been so many people that come to my streams and tell me I don't really speak English, but I enjoy your content. I'm like, okay, I try to make sure everything's clear. Of course I did. In case you missed the morning stream, Verofield, my internet was cut. That's why there were 2 streams in the morning. One just lasted a short while, and the other one was all the way to the end of my normal streaming time. I also posted the updates on Twitter. See, again, when you say repaired, it implies that there was a problem. Just use the word vary. What is wrong with the word vary? Okay. I would prefer if we use the correct wording. You can vary a build, there's no issue. But by saying repaired, it's like there was a problem. Fixed, there was a problem. It does sound very negative, so I just hope you understand where I'm coming from. It's just not a cool thing to say. It's like a sneak diss. The invasion penalties, are they the same for everyone? Possibly. It should be. Because I don't see a reason why they would be... I don't see why they would be... Yeah, I can't see them anymore. Sorry. Yeah, sure. If it feels bad to you, but it's still a variation. Because I never have problems in my running. So, it is up to you. I know. So, if so, then I ask respectfully that you just use the word that you varied it for your own purposes. Yeah, same locations for everybody. Locations, 100% the same. But the modifier, I'm not sure if it's the same, Clark. Because I've never thought to check. Genuinely. The locations and the faction is 100% the same. I'm aware. But like I said, there's more than just you in the audience, Brandon. And the conversations that I have with my audience, I like to be very clear about them. Okay, so A's death has confirmed it. That's good. Alright, there's nothing else to do in town. Let's get to work. Greg's, what level is it? 36, okay. I'm probably gonna have to run one bunny run, actually. So we're gonna do exactly that. We'll put enduring here just for soaking up extra. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to use Glaive for the test, but we're going to put an M socket here so we can finish up the testing on this, because we're going to do a weapons test by taking out this, and we're going to adjust this so that we can see the effect of edging shot, the element, and whatever we can put here, which is have aiming. We're going to test it out on a Colossus, and we're going to measure the kill times on average. So 6 runs using each different mod, and then we'll get the average run time and try to see if there's any real variance. So this is going to be the key today, but for now we are going to adjust accordingly. Yeah, then that's fine. But again, it's a playstyle preference for me. It has never bothered me, like to me, I guess, it has never bothered me when it mattered. But again, I put that down to playstyle difference. Okay, let's put this fire there. Okay. Right, let's begin. First, we will level this gun to 40 so we can put in the last socket. I'm sure that there will be in future. I don't know if they're gonna make some, but we'll see. Rather than just hard mode version of these, I think that they need to change them. I feel that it would be so much better if they varied and altered these to... Oh, this is incorrect. I knew instantly. Hang on. Ah, I'll change around. There we go. Much better. And we don't really need dangerous ambush, do we? All I need here is just a little bit of weapon XP. Once I get it, I can get out of here. The fortress defense is good, but only if I want to power level somebody or something. For me, no point.
High-level Vulgus closing in. Target this unit first.
I just want my Gregs at 40 and then I'm done. So this will do just fine. I think that the main thing is that when it comes to special operations, if they want to do XP, right, I want them to be a bit more fun than this. Like, this is okay, it's a bit more active than other means of farming, but I think we're seriously missing a horde-based mode. Because the defenses being time-based is just boring. They need to ensure that there's a true horde-based mode in this game. I think if they did that, things would be a lot better. Right now, they're just not that great. They're okay, but not that great, in my opinion.
Out of my way!
New subscriber detected.
Careful, Descendant. We're picking up a signal for a unit whose power capabilities are off the scale.
Nice job, Weeb. Well done. Pretty much South Goblin, which is why this is exactly why I messaged them about it on Twitter. And yes, welcome, new subscriber. Yeah, the defense missions are too much of a drag. Like, I want a real defense. Like, defense should not be me waiting for a timer. Like, I feel that if they want to do defense for real, then it needs to be like an actual horde clear game mode. Like, we go in there, enemies die, like that should be the way. That to me is the correct way to do a horde-based game mode. If we don't have that, like, defense just doesn't feel like a defense. It just feels boring. I don't want to be timed, and like, nobody really wants to play defense. They should just make it so all enemies spawn endlessly and continuously. Actually hold the line. Like, that would be way more fun. It does happen sometimes, weeb. Hey, Jonathan. Yeah, dude. Like, I was hoping invasion would be an actual invasion. Like, the Vulgus should be coming in and legitimately kicking ass, you know? Like, I should be feeling tension. I shouldn't be trying to decide if my gun should go in the square hole, you know? For anyone that knows that meme, you're awesome. But yes, I feel like there's no tension and there's clearly no sense of danger at all. It just feels like I'm not really, you know, threatened at all. I mean, the only thing threatening me is a timer. But that's not really what an invasion is. Yeah, no, an invasion should be 4-man squad. And yes, maybe I'm influenced by a recent game that I've played without naming it. Y'all should know it by now. Maybe I'm a little bit influenced by that. But why not a 4-man kill team? All right, last stand against a Vulgus horde. Either we live and extract, or we literally die. Hold the line until we explode some bombs to stop the Vulgus, or something like that. There's so many ways they could vary it, but essentially, it's a big mass of enemies charging at us and about to murder the heck out of us, and we're scared. Like, that is the kind of neuron activation that I think we need. Because we all have an urge within us to hold the line. So the fact that they gave us puzzles for an invasion wasn't exactly the grand selling point, you know? That's how it feels anyway. Well, you should have supported my idea on Twitter because, you know, I did tag him. So if you guys don't use Twitter, now's the perfect time to follow me on Twitter. Sometimes I tag them with good ideas. But yes, we should all tell them that this is what we want. We need something like this. Because why shouldn't we get a chance to experience that manly urge to just hold the line against all odds? I don't see a reason why we shouldn't, you know? Efficiency 39, we're almost there. Yeah, I feel like this is disruption, you know? We're just disrupting a skirmish.
High-level Vulgus closing in. Target this unit first.
You see, that's kind of the thing, like an endless swarm, you know, peppered by some elite units in between. Like, this is a great thing to have. Oh, listen. I feel somewhat the same way, you know? I'm sure that many of you guys are addicted to this game, and that's good. Just don't burn yourselves out. I love this game, and I love spending time on this game. But if you burn yourself out, you know, if you really push yourself to reach that point where, you know, you're not coming back, yeah, that's gonna be dangerous. So I hope you guys will pace yourselves accordingly. You know, dreaming about the game is fine, but please pace yourself. Because I would hate to see in 2 or 3 months, they just don't see the same faces anymore. Alright? I've already seen several people stop playing, you know? Like, these are all the people that are like, oh my god, AsianRobot, love you forever, your vids are the best, we support you. And then 2-3 weeks later, you don't see them anymore. Why? Because they burn themselves out. That's the wrong way to play video games like this. Remember, this is the type of game that you should be playing for the long term. If you go too hard, you will only disappoint yourself. See, that's alright, Jonathan, and that's okay. But I always caution people against burnout. Because I want to see the same faces here, you know? I want to see the same faces here in 2-3 months. But even those that burn out will definitely come back. I have no worries about that. However, I still caution everybody because it's always important, I think. It's always important not to burn yourself out on games like this. Always pace yourself, take it slow, and have fun. Sound advice.
No chance.
Oh, now I've got catalyst though. I managed to cook up some, so I can probably finish my Haley build soon. I just have to get my piercing light up to snuff, which means I will be doing a lot of the shenanigans.
High-level Vulgus closing in. Target this unit first.
I think it's because most people have finished most of what they want to do at the outpost, realistically speaking. I will go back when I have something to farm there, but I don't have anything to farm right now. Please, yes, 40. Okay, great. It's beautiful. I can head back. Now, don't forget to like and share the stream, guys. The more of you that like and share the stream, the better. I want to see way more liking and sharings. Alright, so please do like and share the stream, and we shall have some fun. Okay, we are good. Time to buy some slots, weeb. Okay, we're gonna finally finish this. Okay, now it's time to begin the test. So first, we're gonna switch over to Glay. Please let me make sure that her build is solid, so bear with me for now. Yes, 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 yes. All okay, all good, all ready. Okay. Perfection. Now for this test, we are going to primarily be using the Greg's Reverse Fate along with the Enduring Legacy. Oh, sorry, one more thing. I gotta make sure the Enduring Legacy is also perfect. Yep, okay, done. Great. So I'll be using primarily Greg's, and what we're going to first start out with is we're going to use Glaze build for Greg, so we'll keep mental focus, fire rate, concentration, all the usual stuff that we have in there. Okay, and we're going to test one at a time. We're going to test a variety of items. So we're going to start with Edging Shot. Alright, some people believe that the increased critical hit rate would definitely help Greg since the bombardments are based off crit damage, and indeed, take note that when you put in Edging Shot, compared to putting in, say, Fire Enchantment, your DPS doesn't change, right? Because enchantments are not enhancements, I always call them enchantments, are not counted in DPS score when they realistically should be. But some people firmly believe that Edging Shot would be better because the DPS number goes up. Is that really the case? Well, let's find out together. This is a RTX 3080. Okay, so, like I mentioned earlier, we are going to go in, we're going to make sure that we get the runtimes calculated in seconds, and we'll put it down. I have chosen for this particular test, I have actually chosen to use Swamp Walker, but I think Pyromaniac might be a bit more viable to get a real picture. I'm actually going to do a test run now without recording anything. We're going to see the relative kill time on the Pyromaniac, and then we'll determine which is the best one to use.
The space-time fabric of the void is extremely illogical.
This is why I never work on a normal Descendant, or at least I never have. I have no idea, Bruno. I did that quest quite a while back, so I would suggest just follow the quest hints, because I have forgotten. I did that quest day one and I have never thought about it. Well, Randy, I mean, the Greg's build is already out. Did you not watch that? The reason I'm doing this is to settle the debate as to what actually gives the best performance. But my Greg's build is already posted. I use the elemental stuff, but I want to prove to myself and see for myself What is the real answer? Oh, he's talking about the journal thing. Then yes. It should be in the journal. Is that at the end of the quest? Yeah, you can listen to it in the journal. Okay, now in order to make this a fair run, we're going to avoid actually hitting him during his invulnerability phase, so we'll just dance around for a minute. Because we want to see the damage dealt by the gun, not necessarily by the rest of our loadout. Oh, and I'll have to remove walk tightrope as well. Almost forgot about that. That would make a lot more sense, because that could skew results. And we don't want that. We only want things that can be consistently applied. Okay, I'll adjust that. I want to see if 2 phases is possible. If not, then I will adjust accordingly. No, 2 phases is not possible. This might actually result in less. Yeah. Not as nice as I would like it to be. Because walk or tightrope would definitely skew the results. So I would 100% need to change that. I can just put in HP collector, I guess, which I'll do for Galay right after. Then I will adjust accordingly. But still, even if I wait for his frenzy to end, it doesn't seem that bad, actually. Okay. I want to do a relative test on Swamp Walker first before we record the timings. So this is the pre-testing phase where I'm just figuring out which would be the best, season level 107, which will be the best area for us to go to. K-Star, just follow my weapon builds. The Greg's build is already on the channel. But I cannot give you a direct answer because it varies for the weapon. Now, I would suggest studying all of my videos if you haven't already. If you're hoping for a quick answer, I'm so sorry, but that does not exist. It is better to study the build videos, understand what I'm putting on each gun, why am I putting it on each gun, and those videos go in depth. So please do watch them because that's the best way to learn. If you really want to learn this game, you really want to do well in this game, there's no such thing as just use this mod or just use that mod. No. And as for refrigerated gun barrel and things like that, with regards to that, it only increases your damage if you already have the enhancement mod on. So one example would be, I could just show you, I guess. Fire enhancement is on it, right? If I were to put in, say, fire priority, which increases fire attack, first you need your enhancement to create your fire attack, because all guns do not have an elemental attack unless you roll it on the options. If you do, and most people wouldn't waste an option on that. So let's say I put fire attack here, then if I use fire priority, then it multiplies that fire attack damage by the percentage stated. So does anyone use those kinds of things? Honest answer is no. If you look at just refrigerated gun barrel, it reduces fire rate, which is one of the key components of DPS. So nobody usually puts this on because reducing fire rate is, quite frankly, bad most of the time. So yeah, hope that answers the question. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing again. Now we're gonna recreate the same situation. And what we will do now is, let me just adjust the glade build, because as much as I like this, we have to be cautious here, because if we use the wrong thing, it's not going to go very well. Okay.
Have you completed preparations?
Now we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to do it with Swamp Walker. And we're going to see what is the relative kill time, and whether or not we can create a situation where we can kill enough, or rather fast enough, to actually warrant. Okay, here we go. Okay. To account for any variations in time, we will ensure that we try and repeat the same actions each time. This way, the only thing that should affect things is the damage itself, rather than the mods being used. Okay, due to our low health, we'll have to kill some of these for a little bit, which is completely fine. Ow. Okay. Now we do it all again. Well, this guy doesn't like me. Okay. Let's finish this off. There we are. Now, what we need to do is find out the final kill timer. It's about 3 minutes, so not drastically different in the way that I had hoped. But yeah, okay, 3 minutes per run, I can accept that, and we will look at variations around this mark. So the first one was 3:02, so we'll start recording it now. I know you guys can't see the spreadsheet, but I'll start recording it. 3 minutes equals 60 times by 3 plus 2 seconds extra. That is 182 for edging shot. Okay, noted. And we'll do 2 runs on, 2 runs off. So each one we'll start with edging shot, then we'll go with half aiming, then we'll try with the last one will be the elemental, and we'll compare each one. And if one has a clear advantage over the other, then we'll start the second phase of the test. Okay. No problem, K-Star, but just make sure that you still study the build videos, because if you really want to know what to do, the build videos are the best way to go. Alright, let's get out of here. So we use Swamp Walker for this test, and we'll figure things out. Hang on, I gotta send a work email. It's in a different language. Real Asian Robot. Sorry, I had somebody send me an email and I really had to attend to it because I don't understand what exactly they wanted. It was a good email, but Python or Thunder Cage, if I had to pick, both are completely different weapons. I would never pick between them because the Python is designed for boss killing, more or less. The Thunder Cage is designed for mobbing. Both are very different weapons. So when people give me a question like that, I'll say there's no answer because that is incorrect. I'm testing Greg's Reverse Fate today, the one. Thank you, CG, for your lovely channel membership gift. I shall add it to the list. Okay, very nice.
Do you need information about the Colossi?
Okay. Now, like I said, we're going to go in again. We're going to pretty much do the same thing. And we're going to record the timing and we'll carry on from there. Because I want to be very, very sure about this. Okay. But yes, thank you again, CG, for your lovely channel membership gift. Okay, let's go. And no problem, Joker. I'm here to help. Now, let's go get this testing done. So the first test, we finished at about 182 seconds with edging shot. We have not varied anything about the build. We will be doing 2 runs of each. Then we'll swap over. So once we do the second test, we'll swap over to half aiming. And we'll carry on being nerdy in each situation. Why would you put them off, dude? Just do them. There's no reason to put off invasions. If you have a build that is capable of doing them, why wait for matchmaking? There's no point. I'm gonna say it straight. Unless you're gonna be playing with friends or carrying friends, invasions are gonna be a lot harder in a team. Because you have to communicate the right thing to do. So yeah, not very smart, in my opinion. I think it's better to just do it solo. Especially if you've got a build that's capable. Otherwise, if you're gonna carry your friends, that's totally okay. Or let your friends carry you. But yeah. I'm more surprised you didn't know about the gold because I talk about it all the time. To me, the gold is definitely the best part of these invasions. This is so good. I haven't had to farm gold ever since doing them. So it's been really, really nice. There we go. Nice. That's the way, Randy. Power track missile barrage is pretty bad, but I mean, it's not too difficult to survive. Realistically, we're only interested in kill times here, so don't worry too much about it. Yeah, that's why I've like stacked it for survival instead, which is actually working real nice. Okay, now, what was our kill time there? So we had 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So what we'll do is 3 times 60. All right, plus 20. And that was a 200-second run. So our average is about 190. Okay, now we're gonna head back to Albion. This Glade's finalized already. I'll start releasing her builds this week. It was supposed to be last week, end of last week, but like I said, I try to film a video a day, but I wasn't able to scrounge up the time. So I've got a list of videos that I've already prepared and already ready to go. But yeah, unfortunately the Glade one was just like, oh my god, I really want to get it done, but I couldn't squeeze in the time last week. Hopefully this week I can. Okay, now for the second phase of our test, we're going to swap over to have aiming. And actually that just reminds me, I have to change the HP on Glade. I need to swap HP amplification for stim accelerant. Forgive me 1 second. The score modifier doesn't affect how much gold you get, Phoenix Blast. The score modifier, as far as I know, only affects the amorphous drops. So just be aware of that. You can actually do it on 100% and still gain the same thing. Yeah, the daily quest, it has ended. It was only for 10 days, bro. So that's already over.
Ask me anything about modules.
By the way, also the 12 million gold in one payout is just the bug display, Phoenix Blast. If you're talking about doing one run of Sepulcher and gaining 12 million gold, do it again and you won't gain that much. Why? Because sometimes the gold payout at the end, right? It shows our total amount of gold, not the actual amount of gold we gain. So just be aware of that. It doesn't actually show you that. So sometimes like you'll see me when I run around, because I've got 24 million gold, right? If I run around Sterile Land and I finish the operation, sometimes you just see 24 million pop up. And unfortunately, I'm not actually getting 24 million gold. That's just how much gold I have in my inventory. It is quite a bug. Yeah, I also thought I made 35 mil, but it's not actually that. They should definitely do it, Daryl. I agree 100%. Okay. Aw, crud. I haven't upgraded have aiming, but we will do that now. Upgraded the other thing, but not have aiming. Sorry. Got distracted answering the question. But I'm sure you guys will forgive me.
Hi there. What can I help you with?
What can you help me with? Nothing. Now bear with me, this will only take a second. Aha, I knew that wouldn't work. Okay, good. Alright, bringing the screen back. So we're going to attach have aiming right now. It's the exact same build that we had before, just that we're going to put have aiming here. Earlier we were testing edging shot. So earlier the build looked like this, right? Now we're going to change it over and we're going to put have aiming here. Yeah, like I said, go run it again. You'll see that the amount differs, unfortunately. Yep. Cillian is probably the richest person in all of Albion. Okay, so now we're going to do the same 2 runs of Swamp Walker, and we're going to test with have aiming, and we're going to see if there's any drastic difference in the kill time. If we experience a drastic difference in the kill time, then it proves that have aiming is a far superior choice as compared to, say, other stuff. So, let's see through the dragon's eyes. We don't know what Cillian does with all that gold. Probably spends it. By the way, ladies and gents, if you haven't already, please do register me as your content creator, especially if you enjoy my work. Alright, I'm counting on you guys. The more of you guys that support me, the better. So please do register me as your content creator, especially if you like the content. Okay, so we're beginning test number 3, this time with have aiming. I want to say I know where he spends it, but it would be against the clean stream policy. Aw, damn. The poison got me. That's gonna be a bit of waste of time.
I smell.
Okay, that's clear. My glade's finished. I'm just had no time to record the video yet. A lot of my builds are already done and finished. It's just that, don't forget, I'm just one guy. So because I still have 2 streams per day and all that other stuff, it's actually not that easy to finish. Okay, 3 minutes and 24 seconds, so... Okay. That was a bit slower than expected, but I kind of did expect it with how that one went. And this is why you have to do multiple tests each time, because you can't be sure what will go wrong in each situation. Hello, Petro. Listen, Vero, what I'm testing is different modules and what kind of kill time we get with those modules. That's what I'm testing. I've actually also openly stated it multiple times during this segment, so please make sure that you listen to what the streamer is saying, especially if you're interested in what I'm doing, or you really want to know like how we do the things that we do, then please do pay attention to what I'm saying. It's quite crucial. You might want to watch the stream back. If you only just arrived, I'm sorry, but I will not be re-going through everything over again. Bah. I will not go through everything all over again because unfortunately that is not efficient. So please do watch the stream back. If you don't want to miss streams, make sure you turn your notifications on, and you might want to tune in right from the get-go. It'll ensure that you don't miss out on anything. Okay. Now we do it all over again. To heal for a bit. Of course I still enjoy the game, Taz. I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't. Okay, that was some drastic variance. That was about 2 minutes 50 seconds roughly. Yeah, unfortunately, if you're gonna use me as background noise, that's okay, but you might miss some information. If there's anyone in chat that knows what is going on, you can feel free to let him know, but otherwise, if you are interested in the testing, I do have to say, please do pay attention, because if you miss things as I say them, you might not get the information you want. Okay, 60 times 2 plus 50. So that caused a bit of variance, but I'm not really seeing a drastic difference right now. Okay, so we're gonna change it again. As you know, we're going to change over from have aiming. Now we're going to actually put the elemental in. So we're going to swap this to a Xantic slot, and we're going to put electric enhancement in. There's nothing else that will be changing here. Okay. The idea here again is to conduct a fair test and ensure that the test makes sure that we only test the specific mods that we're going for. So once we determine that, we'll see the results. Because there are many people that firmly believe in not using the elementals. I don't know yet. Let's go see if there's a drastic difference between any of these, and we can adjust accordingly.
Have you completed preparations?
Okay. Now, once again, we will go in. Nothing else. Take note that nothing else about the build has changed. The only thing we have determined so far is that everything is pretty on average. This is why we're going to conduct a total of 6 runs. If we conduct a total of 6 runs, then by averaging all those runs, we can eliminate any randomized factors, because at the end of the day, critical hits are a percentage chance. One run could have particularly good critical hits, one run may not. Double checking equipment. Yes, okay. Keep in mind that we are using the element that is his weakness. In this case, it is electric enhancement. So let's take a look at how this functions in comparison to everything else. Are we ready? There we go. Okay, that was a really fast phase. So now we're conducting the same thing again. But so far it seems that there's a drastic difference here. Maybe it's just me, but I'm seeing a very, very solid difference in how fast we are destroying him compared to previous runs. Now that an element has been applied. So that's looking really, really good. That's very encouraging. We might be able to confirm a clear winner. Okay, swapping over and firing again. Okay, that was a drastically different kill time. So yes, this is definitely much faster. I didn't measure the exact kill time with my eyeball, so we're gonna have to open up the mission results screen. I don't think so. It's not 1 minute and 10 seconds. 2 minutes and 10 seconds. So 2 minutes and 10 seconds is very encouraging. So we'll take 2 times 60 plus 10 seconds. That's actually a 130 kill time, which is significantly faster than both edging shot and half aiming. So I did mention in my videos already, and this is to give people the confirmation and the confidence in my build videos, because there's a lot of different opinions flying around the internet right now. And I get why. I understand. Ooh, crystallization catalyst. That's good. I understand why, but I have always believed that elemental damage is the key. And this is why I put it on my builds. Today's test is to verify with my own eyeballs and to show everybody in front of a live studio audience why elements are important. That's not to say that elements are the only way to go. There are alternative options, and elements themselves can then be combined with other things to make the testing even better. But let's try again. I don't want to snap to judgment. Maybe we just got really lucky with the crits on that one. We can't just snap to judgment. We need to test multiple times. This is the whole point of iterative testing. If we can test in this manner, then we know for sure, excuse me, what's good and what's bad. So let's find out. No. Electric conductor is useless. Mental focus for Glay is far superior. Like I said, I have confidence in my builds, but I want to show the whole world why I build the way that I do, why I'm confident in my builds, because this is the testing that sometimes I don't do on streams. You see, there's a lot of people that suggest this, Vero, but it's important to see the difference with your own two eyeballs. And take note that I'm doing the exact same thing in every single run. I'm not doing anything different, I'm not doing anything special. I'm quite literally doing the exact same thing every run, run after run. And this is why testing is so important. It's so crucial. If you don't properly test things, you don't get the real answer. And you always want to be able to find a real answer. The key to success in any scientific pursuit is always proper, thorough testing. The more thorough you are with tests, the better. And that is what will set you apart. Okay, we're back at full strength. And now we repeat the process again. But of course, we need to also be clear that sometimes, even when we test, the reason why we have to go through multiple tests and not just one is because maybe you have a really good run. Maybe you have a really good lucky streak of crits or things like that. All of this has a significant impact on the results. So we must be very cautious not to falsely inflate data or, you know, end up trying to confirm our own biases. Ah. Even with these, right, you may end up like accidentally getting some good hits on. Whew. You may end up getting some good hits on the minions or on his leg pieces. So we have to confirm. We have to confirm. Like, look, this time around is definitely longer than 2 minutes and this time is definitely longer than 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Why? Because he happened to bombard me this time. So because in this instance, I underwent the bombarding, right? I died. So now my clear time will change. So we cannot confirm 100% that things work out because, like I said, his pattern could have been good. My pattern could have been good. Always got to test fairly. So remember, more than one test must be conducted at any one point in time. Okay. So this one is still faster but more normalized. Unfortunately, there were several instances where we took damage and lost time there compared to even other runs. So only when we complete the large number of runs are we able to really truly say this one on average is better, this one on average is better. Okay, what's the timing here? This one was more normal. It was 2 minutes 57. Still faster, but unfortunately way slower than our previous run. So on average this is still winning, but that's because the first run was really good. Now we're going to do 2 more runs of the elemental advantage. So give us a total of 4. If I find that the average is significantly lower, all right, then it will prove that elemental enhancement is the way to go. But if we cannot come to a conclusive result after 2 more runs, we'll do 2 of half aiming, 2 of edging shot, and then we'll do another 2 of elemental enhancement. This is how you confirm. Well, Helmar, this is exactly why I do the testing like this, because we have to know. Science is fair. Science is fair to everybody. There is no such thing as science that isn't fair. No, I will not be testing for non-glay because, quite frankly, Haley has a specific advantage. The idea behind this test was to see for Greg's, and I'm going to be real with you, Greg's is best used on Enzo, Haley, Valby, and Glay. So Glay is the fairest one because Glay can take advantage of the higher crit rate, whereas a lot of the others may not be able to do so in the same way. So that's why I'm using Glay for this particular test. And the results will not differ. No idea on the daily rewards. They were always meant as a temporary thing. They may be future events, so keep your eyes peeled, and of course keep an eye on my videos, because whenever there's another event, I will 100% announce it. And I'll let you guys know, hey, there's a new event, guys. Now this time we got bombed a little bit. And we lost time on the knockdown. We'll have to go non-frenzy, so this is gonna cost us time as well. I mean, it's not too bad, but you know, that's how it is. So this time round, we'll be costing ourselves time because we did not, unfortunately, we did not get a full bill of health. But now we have our health back. So let's see how it goes. Could be good, could be bad. So far, it's looking like it's a lot more damage still. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. Okay, second phase already. Now, in order to cope, we won't be inhaling copium, of course. But there we go. Okay, coping mechanism completed. Okay, thanks to better play this time, we achieved a faster time. And on average, it genuinely seems to me that the elemental damage is faster. They were a solid series of gifts, and I think that they will definitely be back. But we might have to wait for an actual event or something. Okie day. So let's see the mission results. This was 2 minutes 25. So 2 times 60 is 25. I can certainly say that this is looking a lot better. On average, we are doing a lot better here. If one more run confirms that elemental damage has an advantage overall, then what's going to happen is that we are going to go back in, but now we'll add elemental damage and something else on top to see what we can do. We have to use the same boss, Vero, because if we change the boss, that changes the fight situation, and therefore there are other variables that come into place. So the testing will be invalid. You only need to test one boss, but ideally you need to ensure that this stays the same. Your build for Glaze stays the same. You know? Yeah. This is very, very crucial. So for me, I won't change the bosses. When it comes to scientific testing, always remember that the most important and most crucial key is to keep as many factors consistent as possible. The more factors you keep consistent in your testing, the more likely your testing is going to be accurate. And you never want any inaccuracies in your test. Okay. One more time, we're going to use the exact same build, so no variation. Once again, it's just electric enhancement here. All right, we're going to test it out.
Preparations.
And we're going to see whether or not this is worth it. Now, in the meantime, ladies and gents, don't forget to register me as your favorite content creator, and of course, like and share the stream. The more of you guys that like and share the stream, the better. And yes, it applies both, CG. But you should never roll an elemental on your option roll. It's a waste of a slot. But if you do happen to roll 2 different elements, then yes, it will apply both in the attack. You'll actually be able to see that. Now, we might have a little bit less damage there because I took a knockdown. But so far seems okay. That was a bit too slow. Whew. The mass bombardments are a tad evil. Third phase, unfortunately this one was a bit too slow. Okay. So with the early knockdowns, this one became a bit inconsistent. But let's go see the average. This kind of testing is super interesting, it's why I do it. Excuse me. 2 minutes 44. So okay. In our current tests, what I can certainly say is that on average, the elemental enhancement, even in the worst possible situations where we face a lot of knockdowns, is way better. No, never change the options to fire damage. Greg's does not need fire damage. And Randy, the ideal rolls, if you want to get my kill times, are critical hit rate, critical hit damage, firearm attack, and bonus firearm attack versus Colossus. Try to get all of these gold. Why? Because the elemental attack depends on the enemy you're facing. I'm using the correct element against Swamp Walker. What if you get Toxic as your role? Then that's useless against a Toxic boss. You get what I mean? What you want to make sure is that these roles here are always applicable to the gun. You can't have an elemental role because although the elemental role, yeah, it looks good, but you're not actually getting that much value, and against something that the element is not effective against, you're wasting stats. Don't ever do that. This is why when I say these are the roles, right? I'm telling you these are the ideal roles, and there's usually no variation in roles. When it comes to roles, it's always the same. You can try others, but I'm pretty sure you will not get the kill times that I'm getting, and that is literally just firing my Gregs. I'm only using Enduring to deal with his leg pieces. But okay, now that we know that elemental enhancement is the ideal, what we're going to do is we're going to take the same data set, and this will all be covered in a later video. Now we're going to do the second iterative run. All right. Elemental plus others. So now that we know that the element is perfected, we're okay with that. But what we need to do now is we need to adjust, you know. Yes, I will be making an Enduring Legacy video as well. Now that we know that elements are the best, what we're going to do is we're going to now adjust and start combining the element with other stuff to get the real result. So, once again, we're going to start from the beginning and we're going to create a baseline. So how do we create a baseline? Okay. In order to do this, we're going to need a little bit of clever redesign. All right. Mental focus here. We're going to put electric enhancement, fire rate concentration. And you see up there, now we can still put an edging shot. So this will be edging shot plus electrical enhancement. All right. We're now going to test edging shot, have aiming, and then one other, but that one other will be a bit later. Okay. So we're going to test elemental plus others, and we're going to see the difference in the kill time now that we have both the element and other factors included. So let's find out. Is this gonna be good or is this gonna be bad? Okay. Everything else in the build is the same. Now we begin, and we're gonna use the same boss, so you guys are gonna see nothing but Swamp Walker kills all night. But this is how it's gonna work. Sorry, I quickly responded to a comment as well, because one guy was confused about whether or not my build would work for Valby, and I said, yes, absolutely. Just use the non-glaive version. Remember, I'm very thorough in my work, guys. I never do things that I don't know. Why? Because if I did that, then I'd just be like everybody else out there, and I'm sure that most of you guys would not want me to be like everybody else out there. For the most part. Okay, let's do this. Spinning right round, baby, right round, like a record, right round, right round, right round. Okay, here we go. Now this is elemental plus crit rate increase. Let's see if it'll work. Whoa. Okay, well, hello. Random enemies. How y'all doing? There we are, good boys. And I have to say, I'm a little disappointed. I expected better, but I think the fire rate, like the firearm attack reduction, really hurts it. Because that was no good. That was practically the same thing that I was getting with just an elemental advantage. And this is with an increased crit rate, so that's not impressive to me. You would expect when combining these two that the results would be better. That was clearly a worse result. And I don't think it's due to the shots I took or whatever, so... The 15% of edging shot, no use, in my personal opinion. I will retest it at a later time, but we'll just mark this down. So that's 2 minutes 49 seconds. Okay. I'm gonna head back and see if there's any drastic difference with half aiming. We'll revisit that at a later time. Actually, wait. There is one thing that we can do to revisit that. I believe insight focus could be tested in its place, which would be a straight increase to crit rate without the firearm reduction. There we are, insight focus right there. So we'll put that in place and we'll try that. So let's put insight focus in the spreadsheet. Okay. So we'll step away from edging shot first, because there's no sense in having that. Okay. Let's go see what reality says.
The space-time fabric of the void is extremely illogical.
So it's the same test, but this time we have a slightly higher crit rate, slightly higher crit damage, and we have the same elemental modifier. Let's see if this will add any value to the gun.
I smell
Okay, he sat down straight away. Damn, got tagged. Nice bomb. Is it just me or did the sound cut out for a second there? That was very, very strange and very, very weird. Okay, this seems a lot better. Not losing the 15% seems pretty helpful, so I'm gonna go with that. Let's get the timing. 2 minutes 15. That's really, really encouraging. Okay. Now we'll do another test with inside focus, and then we're gonna test some of the others. We'll get a clear picture going, and then after that we'll be able to understand which is the best. Knowledge is power.
I am analyzing the void paradox.
Okay, so we're not changing anything. We're gonna do the same inside focus run. Okay, we're gonna try and time it, get a decent 2-point average going. Then later on, as we test and work through them all, we will see where the best result is, and that will be the best possible result. Unfortunately, that was a little bit of a waste of time, but that's okay. We sometimes have to account for bad positioning. Okay, time to finish this. Okay, that was a solid one. This spawn was from the Glay Ultimate Bundle. If you purchase Glay's Ultimate Bundle, after you get Glay, if you want to reduce the cost of it to 3,000, otherwise the bundle is 5,000. If you purchase that bundle, you will basically get this particular spawn, and I love it. Okay, 2 minutes and 11 seconds. That was really, really encouraging. The average kill time is looking very stable right now. Why do I switch weapons when getting out of frenzy? My frenzy? I don't switch weapons when getting out of frenzy. I switch weapons to deal with his frenzy because the Greg's is very, very slow with dealing with the tubes. Enduring Legacy is far faster, so we just use Enduring Legacy to blow through the tubes. But the main source of damage that and also to maintain the consistency of the test, we use Enduring Legacy solely on the tubes. We're not supposed to be using Enduring Legacy on anything else. We swap back to Greg's to do the actual damage to the boss. No problem. So right now we've tested 2 runs with Inside Focus. Inside Focus is looking really encouraging right about now. So we're going to swap the module slots all back. All right, so that we can get everything done again. And now this time we're going to test in a slightly different, we're going to test have aiming and weak point focus. So, and focus fire. So we're going to get that done. Let me just change the name of this because I recorded it as weak point focus, but the actual name is focus fire. Okay, now mental focus there. We're going to put on the same electric enhancement there. Okay, fire rate concentration there. We'll start with have aiming first, which reduces accuracy but gives us 40% weak point damage. Let's see how that goes. Or as I like to say, let's see if it'll fly. You see, this is why testing, genuine testing, takes a very long time. Because you have to really go through the process. And if you can't prove your work, do you know why in school they always tell you show your workings? If you can't show your workings, then how does anyone know? Anybody on the internet can just make it up. I could make up a spreadsheet right now and say, oh yeah, I did this testing. Are you sure? But here, I do the testing right in front of your eyeballs. Because there's something we need to know. If there's some burning question we need to know, then we need to check it. Alright? Even if it takes ages, we must check. It's impossible to just throw something out there and not check it. So, let's find out. Okay, have aiming, test number 1. Some warm ginger tea before I carry on. Okay, I messed up the timing at the start a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, so far it's not horrifying. Darn. Lost timing twice there. That's no good. Darn. Now this could just be a very unlucky run, but it seems to me that if you ask me, it seems that not having that accuracy is actually drastically hurting my kill time, which is not exactly where I want this to be, so I'm not too happy with that. Again, could just be an unlucky run, but to me it feels like, oops. And I messed up that frenzy, so that's on me. Now that's a drastically slower kill time and it's no good. I feel like the loss in accuracy, now again, it could be an unlucky one, we'll test it again, but I feel like the loss in accuracy is genuinely hurting this. Let's open some of this as well. Okay, back to Albion. Very true. This is about as field test as you're gonna get, so let's find out. Let's find out how it goes. In the meantime, ladies and gents, if you like my content, please don't forget to like the stream. Alright, I'm counting on y'all. Like and share the stream, and of course, if you haven't already registered me as your content creator, please make sure you do. Every single person that does that genuinely helps me go higher, alright? So I'm trusting on y'all.
Do you need information about the Colossus?
Okay, again. It's still relatively faster than the first few runs, but, you know. It does seem to be harming a little more than helping. Okay. I almost forgot that this guy was in frenzy state. I was thinking to myself, why am I just doing this? And I was like, oh yeah, he's in frenzy state. There we go. Now, let's finish this. Oh, come on. Really? That one was even worse. Nah. I think half aiming just isn't it. Because the reduction in accuracy means that I'm hitting the weak spot a lot less. By increasing the weapon spread, although it might seem like we're getting more damage, accuracy is so crucial to this that we're just not getting the same values that we would normally be getting. Like this one was a 3-minute run. So I'm actually seeing, like, again, edging shot and half aiming, which both have negative consequences, are just not good for this. And this is roughly what I expected. So element plus inside focus seems to be the way. So now we head back. So we can cut out edging shot, we can cut out half aiming, because we know that inside focus allows us to do a lot more damage. Now let's take a look at focus fire, which is basically increasing the damage, but not which is increasing the weak point damage and the crits, but not having any negative consequences. Could the elemental barrel that slows fire rate help to overcome that low accuracy? No. Slowing the fire rate does not help because you don't have any spots for it anyway. And slowing the fire rate drastically lowers your overall DPS, especially with clay. So to me, that's not worth it. Now we're going to try with focus fire instead. Because at least with focus fire, we know what we're getting into. Okay, give me a moment. Messed up your bunny build, eh, Melanie? Well, you should follow it to the letter, because the build video is already there. Alright, let me just quickly make the change,
What can I help you with?
because focus fire was not maxed. There we go. So now, focus fire for this test is maxed. Okay, 20% extra weak spot damage, extra critical hit damage. Let's go see if it beats inside focus. And last but not least, we'll test out the priority again.
Are you ready to undertake a void intercept battle
Okay.
assignment?
Now we test with focus fire. So basically after just 2 runs, we can cut out edging shot, half aiming. Those with negative effects are just not good for Greg's, especially if we want to max out the DPS and we're really looking at inside focus as the current front runner. Now we'll test out focus fire, and last but not least, we'll test out the elemental priority. Of course I will, Slim. The work never ends. So long as there's people to watch my work never ends. Hey, Death Dawning, going good. Just proving that my build is, you know, as always, the best. Basically, I showed on stream that elemental damage is crucial and by far exceeds any other modification. And now I'm trying to test other things and prove other things. All right. Doof. The reload time. That's gonna cost me some seconds. Okay, let's finish this. Okay. I don't have one already, Slim 400. I never pre-prepare things. I test them in the field. Because I only like to showcase genuine results. So please wait, because when October comes, after I farm Ultimate Freyna, then I'll do my testing. Okay, time check. 213. Well, my build is relatively generic, so 2 times 60 plus 13. So what I'm seeing is that Inside Focus and Focus Fire are both yielding roughly the same results right now. So I think we can cut out half aiming and edging shot, all that. That is seemingly worthless. I think it's going to come down to Inside Focus, Focus Fire versus the priority. So let's see how that goes, yeah? But first we have to do another run. We have to do another run with Focus Fire to get an accurate picture. Let's get it done. For Tau. Alright, here we go. I'll tell you, testing things, ladies and gents, can sometimes be mind-numbing. Remember, fear and a lack of knowledge are the mind killers. Right now in a face-off against Swamp Hulud. Sandworm of frickin' Ingress. Ow. Let's finish this. There we go. Nice. Okay. Let's get the results. Recall mods unnecessary, completely Yanmoy. Do I think Ajax is a solid choice for bossing? I would never use Ajax. I mean, I will build him eventually because I would have to, but for bossing, no. I don't believe he is a boss character. He is built as a tank. See you later, CG. Alright. Now, let's go get the results. You can level up normal Bunny, but don't invest in her because it's not like you can transfer the investment over. So just be aware of that. 2 minutes 11 seconds. So that was actually really good. So now I'm noticing on average the time differential between inside focus and focus fire is not that much. So what if I were to clone this entire column here and I put say priority. So, oops. Okay, now I'm gonna change things over again. Gonna change things over to the priority. Where is my electric priority? There it is. This'll do. So let's see if there's any drastic difference in the time.
I am analyzing the void paradox.
Of course you cannot. Because, well, again, I'm pretty sure this is something I've said before, but you cannot do that. Elijah, it will be coming later on down the line. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I've told multiple times to everybody that you cannot transfer over from your normal Descendant to your ultimate. Therefore, most people only work on the ultimates first, because if you work on the normal one, that investment can't be ported over. So please be aware of that. And if you're ever unsure about something, ask, because you will be able to get an answer here. Always ask questions. And if I can't answer the question, somebody in chat will be able to. And if somebody in chat cannot answer the question, then you'll just have to wait until I figure things out. Now, just for reference, what I'm doing right now is solely with elemental priority. This is definitely not helping as much as I thought it would be. Now this could be a very unlucky run, but I'm not seeing as much value as with the others. So I think either inside focus or focus fire would probably be better. Well, Sharon doesn't have an ultimate yet, so that's okay. But usually people will wait and do the ultimates first, which is what I'm doing as well. I just hope that they don't introduce Ultimate Sharon next. Like, I don't mind if it's in next season, but if Ultimate Sharon is the next one, then it's like, then you'll have to reinvest in Ultimate Sharon, unless they come out with a transfer system before that. They have talked about it, but it's not in the game yet. Okay, so that one was roughly 3 minutes and, unfortunately, 20 seconds, roughly. But it's clear that, to me, that this, unfortunately, was slower than what I expected. Could be an unlucky run, but we're going to see again, because it should not be slower than the average of just having elemental enhancement by itself. So the reload time could actually be hurting this a lot, or a lot more than I think, but we'll see. Yeah, no, Haley will be a long way, not even a year, dude, because it's only 4 seasons a year. I'm pretty sure Haley's going to be like 2 years out, dude. That's why they made her so strong. But Haley's a safe investment because she won't be so soon. But the rest, for sure. Okay, let's do this. I believe firmly that that particular run was an outlier, because it seems strange to me. Okay. Again. Well, I was able to knock him down, so there's that. I think that bit of data was an outlier. Damn, that rocket spam. Okay. That was better that time, but still drastically less. I'm gonna do one more run to get a real feel of this. Because I'm not seeing the value here. And it could genuinely be that the extra reload is hurting it. So that's a pain to deal with. 2 minutes 39. Excuse me. Again, not as good as I'd have hoped. So we'll see. It is still significantly better than just enhancement alone. Sorry, it is still just about as good as enhancement alone, but that means that there's literally no value in this one mod. Contractor, I've already posted it as a video on my channel, please. And please be respectful to the streamer. Don't just say show build. Could you add a please in? If you could actually add a please in, I'd be very grateful. And during legacy build, it's not ready yet. When it's ready, it will be posted on the channel, okay? But I ask kindly that please have some manners whenever y'all ask a streamer of something. We're people too, all right? I'm not a waiter. I'm not just here to show some stuff to you, okay? At least say please. Okay, please you and show the build, then have a 24-hour chat ban instead. If you're not going to show respect in my place of work, then you're just going to get thrown out and treated like a toddler. Okay? Please at least be respectful to the streamer. I'm not your waiter, alright? Y'all don't even tip me. So, at the very least, be kind to others. If you cannot have a respectful conversation with other people, then you're not welcome here. Okay, we're trying again. Hey JD, testing some stuff.
Must have left my guard down.
Oops, screwed that one up. Unfortunately, that's 9 seconds of shame. Because that's 9 seconds I won't be getting back, so it's no good. Yes, those bosses can always be one-shot by skill damage. I'm working on that one next. Yeah, I think the reloads are just hurting this so much. I don't know why, but the timings are just not good. Hmm. Well, it's hard to argue with results. I mean, I did screw up on this one, but even screwed up, it shouldn't be that bad. It shouldn't be worse than just the elemental by itself. Hmm. You should be using the Slayer set. Just so you know. You really want to dish out the damage, use the Slayer set. There's no point in Polar because Polar is just... I mean, it's a slight increase, but you're way better off with the Slayer set. It's a much larger increase. That difference alone is huge. Yep. He's not wrong. Never ever use those like Polar sets or whatever. They're quite bad under most circumstances. And chuck the venom sensor in there. I do keep some stuff occasionally, but most of the time I just use Slayer set. The chill skill boost is smaller. I mean, I can just show you this straight away, but... Oh wait, sorry, Polar. The chill skill power boost is only plus 6.2%. So the only other thing that could theoretically work well is that if you were to inflict frostbite on the enemy, which I'm pretty sure Haley's doesn't inflict frostbite. Let me just double check that for you. But I'm pretty sure hers doesn't.
My beloved daughter.
Yeah, it inflicts cryo instead, so it does not count as or at least I'm pretty sure it's not treated as frostbite. It's treated as just cryo, which just helps you deal additional damage to the target. So yeah. Testing is going good. We're learning a lot. It could just be because this isn't upgraded enough compared to the rest, but I think the negative effect is just no good. As much as I want to put that in, I'm not able to break through the limit compared to what I was already seeing. That was another 3-minute run, and that's no good. That's no good at all. In fact, that was even worse than before. Why is it making it so much worse than just the elemental damage by itself? Maybe the increase is not worth it. But yes, I'm going to go back and put on the focus fire and the rest again. So we're gonna go do that. So we'll start with focus fire. We'll do 2 more runs of this. Then we'll adjust accordingly.
I am analyzing the void paradox.
Kingsguard Lance is a beam weapon, but I have never tried it. So I don't know what its effect is or anything like that. And I haven't tried Clairvoyance either. I'm sure that at some point I would love to see Clairvoyance in action. In fact, what does Clairvoyance do? Let me just double check. I have never felt the urge to build one, so... it just reduces their chill resistance and action speed. So you can permanently inflict frostbite. Interesting.
The space-time fabric of the void is extremely illogical.
Basically, for beam weapons, you're supposed to reduce the fire rate as much as possible. At least that's what I recall. By reducing the fire rate as much as possible and inflicting an elemental attack. So that's where the gun barrels will come in. If you reduce the firing rate, giving the beam rifle the time it takes to charge up, then apparently it inflicts a lot of damage. Yeah, the slow barrels are what you want to use on the beam rifles. But I'm too lazy to build that shenanigans right now. Basically, you'll put, if I'm not wrong, mental focus or anything else that would reduce fire rate. And you want to just reduce the fire rate as much as possible. Then just let it charge up and off you go. Oh, listen, I agree. I haven't built mine either because honest to God, there are way better weapons to build in my opinion. But I'll see later. Like, we're definitely seeing drastically faster kill times without having to worry if we focus on not using the priority. So that's very interesting. And I'm talking drastically faster kill time, so we're seeing some big changes. And that to me is very, very interesting. The funny thing is that nothing else is actually changing. Nothing else actual in the gun is changing. It's just that there's no reload modifier, and that I think is drastically altering everything. I like it. This is why I like science. What's the result? 2 minutes 10 again with focus fire. 2 minutes 10. We're getting it very consistently. So we'll now head out and we'll swap over to inside focus and we'll get the idea. Too many players lack weapons training. What do you mean weapons training, Jay? Like, what exactly would consist of this weapons training is what I'm curious about. I'm just curious to know, you know? I like to know things. I like to drink and know things. Okay, wait, before we go in for the last round of testing, I just want to... Okay, now, once again, we're going to shift all the modules around so we can put inside focus on. Okay, so we're going to change this over a little bit. It's going to take a little bit of leg work, but here we go. So now we're going to put inside focus on. Still have the same stuff. Mental focus, and then the electric enhancement. Alright, so let's check it out.
Do you need information about the Colossi?
Okay, here we go. Swampy Gwampy Walker. One last run to prove it. Well, to be honest, that also depends on the character in question. For example, some characters use what we call gun builds. Ailey, Glay, these characters all apply gun builds to combat. And when you have a character that has a proper gun build, what happens is that they can dish out extra damage extra fast. Especially if they know what they're doing with their guns. So that, I think, is where a lot of characters go wrong, because if you're using a character that does not have a gun build and trying to melt something with a gun, that's not going to go very well. The whole purpose of the gun build is to ensure that you get the best out of your firearms. So no skill usage is fine, but do take note that these builds are specialized for that. Like Glay has her own literally specialized build for gunning. This is a bit of an unlucky run, but because we ended up having to kill a lot of NPCs, as in the little ads. Sorry, I should probably say that. So far, I think the focus fire is better. It seems to add a lot more, especially because it's a multiplier. So I think that based on that alone, it would appear on its face that that would be the ideal way to go. We'll do a little more testing, but I'm pretty sure that that's going to be the end result, as far as I can tell. Up to you, as long as you're having fun playing your way. Okay, that was a 160 run. We'll go back, we'll do another run, and then we'll swap back to focus fire and we'll get a real picture. Sharon, only if you're going sniper, Yan, because basically she's all about doing one single big hit with the gun, so that's with dangerous ambush. I don't really like to use her with other stuff. She is okay if you're gonna run something like Afterglow Sword on her. Because I remember you mentioned Battlesuit Melting Rounds, which is great, but all it really does is that it decreases the enemy's electrical resistance skill, which is only good if you are running electric attack on your weapons. Even so, may not always be the best idea. So Sharon, I prefer to use her, and Death Dawning is pretty much done the same, is if you want to use her with the Afterglow Sword for the big damage on her first shot. You can end up dealing like 20-30 mil in one shot. Does it also decrease defense? Okay, fair enough. I did not know that, but then that's cool. If it does do that, then using that still with the Afterglow Sword would probably be amazing. I don't recall it doing that, but fair enough. I mean, you use it more than me, so you would know. Thanks, JD. Haley's build will be on next week. Okay, Rich Rothschild. Take note that advertising on somebody's stream is just not cool, dude. Don't do that, alright? Don't get into that discussion, Jay. Because basically, we do not want to start console war stuff or anything like that here. And anything to do with advertising, no, that's also not allowed. Don't feed the trolls. Yeah, if Sony wants to advertise their PlayStation, they can call me about an advertising deal. The thing is that this game is cross-console, cross-platform. So anything that could favor one console over the other, I tend to say no to that, because either way, Nexon also doesn't want that. What we want is a harmonious environment for everybody, and also advertising is not allowed either way. I've never met that person, I do not know that person, so I will count that as advertising. You're using a different dream? What is that? Did you type the name wrongly, or? Is it? Why have I never heard of that? I'll check. I always thought that there were only two. Afterglow Sword and, is it a purple one? Oh, it might be a purple one. Maybe that's why. I only focus on ultimates, so I was thinking to myself, what is Different Dream? I've not heard of this ultimate. I was wondering for a moment if I missed an ultimate. I was like, what is this Different Dream? Purple weapon. Ew, purple weapon. Ew! I don't want the purple weapon cooties. Yeah, this was a very unfortunate run with about 3 minutes. And alright, this is my first time hearing of any non-ultimate weapon other than the Tamer. But yeah, to be fair, some of the purple weapons are good. I just don't like missing out on an ultimate effect because I find it really, really helpful. 3 minutes and 3 seconds. This is with inside focus. Oh. Ah, so it wasn't focus fire yet. Okay. Shark pistol. That's what weapon testing is, Daryl. You have to be under the same circumstances over and over and over again. And only then, through the iterative process, do you really get a chance to find out what something can or cannot do. So this kind of testing is very, very difficult. That's why a lot of people don't have the time for it. Because it's just not feasible for most people to spend the time to test it. And therein lies the burden. Okay, we're going back to focus fire. And I think we can conclude the test here. Focus fire can be roughly around a 2 minute something kill. Then it'll be clear to me that focus fire is the winner.
Do you need information about the Colossi?
Could be the sound effect, but the piercing light is far superior as far as I know. It's literally the best of the best. I don't worry too much about what the gun sounds like. As long as I see big damage, then what the gun sounds like is irrelevant. Because one of the nicest sounding guns in the game is Excava. But then again, Excava with Clay has some pretty interesting combos. Okay, let's go. What do you think, guys? Do you think the results of the test will be good? Let's find out. Let's find out, homies. That's because that's the only thing Jeremy could even farm with this crappy build. Jeremy's build sucks! Hello, new person. Sorry, I cannot help you right now, but I will be able to after this fight. If anyone in chat can answer his query, please make sure to do so. I can't even read the query right now. Can't be distracted during testing. Oh, that took an interesting turn.
New subscriber detected.
Let me see. My advice is make sure you get Sharon first. After you get Sharon, you'll be able to stealth outposts. Okay? After you can stealth outposts, get Enzo. You will be able to get Python, but you need to take your time. RNG is RNG. However, make sure you have Sharon first. You just need a basic Sharon. Follow my stealth guide. Go and stealth all the outposts, things like that. Get what you need. It's possible to get Python, but you need to properly learn how to stealth outposts. You need to be doing that consistently. All right, that's the crucial key. 2 minutes 55. Okay. So that drastically changes things, but so far still so good. We're gonna run it again because now we need to rejig the average. You should have unlocked Sharon during your normal playthrough. So even if you have ultimate stuff, it doesn't mean ultimate's best. In this game, right, what you need is a wide variety of descendants. Only when you have a wide variety of descendants can you actually enjoy the game. So make sure you do that. Don't worry about this weapon, that weapon. First, Enzo, Sharon, you must have these two descendants. Sharon first, then Enzo. Sharon is very easy to unlock. After you've got Sharon, you can go farm Enzo using Sharon's stealth abilities. Make sure to watch my guides. And also, the last and most important thing, Nello, is look, a lot of people don't like to do this, but I'll tell you, if you want to really succeed in this game, okay, if you want to succeed in this game, like Explicit Trip says, there's my playlist of all my videos. You need to study every single video. Watch all my videos, learn everything about this game, because if you have not learned everything about this game, you will struggle a lot. So make sure that you watch all the videos. I know people think it's a waste of time to watch my videos. I've heard all the complaints before. People have said videos are too long, videos blah 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 blah. But the people who perform the best in this game are the ones that study my videos. Once you study my videos, you're okay. Don't study my videos and you'll suffer a lot. That's all I can say. Okay, one more test.
You ready to undertake a void intercept battle assignment?
Lol, Alpha Dad. Play the Sharon yourself, man. Moochers, ew. Don't be a moocher. Mooching is disappointing. A real warrior is the Sharon. If you mooch off other Sharons, okay, then the distance between you and me, all right, has to be the distance from Earth to Pluto, because I don't want to know anybody that mooches. All right, moochers are weak. Such grave weakness. No. A real warrior becomes the Sharon. A real warrior is the Sharon for their friends. Be a real warrior. Don't be weak. Please do not mention any other creators, Nello. But look, what I will say is that check out my videos, alright? I'm so sorry, I have to remove that message, Nello, but I'm hearing what you're saying. Look, why don't you watch my videos, give it a try, and then after you watch my videos, you'll see the difference. Once you learn my videos, and look, I've given you the entire playlist, bookmark that playlist, spend a night, study all the videos, and believe me, you'll learn a lot more about the game. Of course, Bad Wolf, I try my best. My job is to make this game easy for you guys, but it requires study, and that's why when I shoot my videos, I don't just shoot short videos that teach you nothing. I only shoot videos that will actually teach you something. And this has a. Don't worry, I mooch off your Valby too, so it's okay. No. If you are, that's not mooching. You see, Bad Wolf. If you are carrying others, that's okay. If other people are mooching, that is not okay. I do not want to know the moochers. The moochers can stay on Pluto, except for Haza. Okay, because Hazza lets me mooch. The rest of the moochers, Pluto. No, 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 no. Only I can mooch, okay? Have you ever seen the movie The Dictator? Okay, there you go. I am the dictator. Only I can mooch. Other people are not allowed to mooch. Anyone that mooches, Pluto. You get sent to the space concentration camp in Pluto. We send you to the special camp for moochers. Is somebody asking about my favorite again? I never have favorites. I like everything. This is true. Nah, I'll be the beardless dictator. I don't think I could ever grow a beard like that. I guess, I mean, what people could do is I could buy one. I could like buy a stick-on beard or something, but nah. I'll just have to accept my beardlessness for now, you know? Darn. Hey, this swamp hoolud. Keeps going immune at the worst time. I hate it when tests become inconclusive. This is the worst kind of testing. That is correct. Find the weapon that suits you, and you'll be alright. Average is still okay. I'll have to do it one more time, so I'm not gonna waste time, just gonna restart. We're almost there. Protection fee. LOL. Okay, I can go with that. How's it? You trying to turn me into Santa Claus? And also, all of my builds have survival built in. Because if I don't, then you guys will get stuffed, and that's not good. But thankfully, all these hours of weapons testing is paying off right now. This is good. Always a bit too slow with that. we are. Need to restore health. The knockdowns are not so bad, but I do hate the oops, screwed up that. It'd still be okay. But unfortunately I did mess that up. Aha! Triggered at the right time. Okay, there we go. Yep. For this specific test, I'm using HP Collector. Why is that the case? Because if I use Walk a Tightrope, I can increase my hit points, but it can cause variances in the test. So in order to really get the proper picture, I want to ensure that I really do a proper job. So yeah. Okay, focus fire seems to be it. Now we'll swap back to inside focus. 2 more runs, and then I can finally call it a day. That is true. You do 0 DPS when you're dead. I'm sorry, Jay. Why are you telling him to get good? That's not a very nice statement to make. Everybody's got a different playstyle. So let's just make sure we are fully respectful of that, guys. Okay, swapping over. Please remember to keep your chats here as nice as possible. We try to keep our community pleasant. Okay, and inside focus. There we go. All right. Last 2 runs, and we'll get a chance to see whether or not focus fire is really better, or was it just lucky? Best place to level up weapons? Kareem, have you seen my video on it? If not, please go watch my video. Best places to level up weapon proficiency. All the questions that you need to ask, I already have a video for it. Please go watch all the videos. If you haven't already watched all my videos yet, that's the best place to start your study, dude. Because if you really want to succeed at this game, go there, watch the videos. You'll do a lot better.
Are you ready to undertake a Void Intercept battle assignment?
Okay. Okay, texting my girl. Say whatever you want, Jay. Look. Alright? Just make sure that I don't catch anybody being unnice in my chat. Remember, we have a naughty box, and like I've always said, I hate treating people like toddlers, but I never hesitate to put anyone in the naughty box, so, you know. Make sure to keep it chill. Make sure to keep the vibes nice. No problem, Rena. I can handle it. Thanks for helping out. As always, you go get some rest. Woo, rolled. See you, Haza. Get some good sleep. I'll catch you tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow I can do some actual runs. I needed answers today, so I spent today doing science. Maybe tomorrow I'll do some leveling. Do something else. Alright, let's go. Come on. Die, creature. Die, 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 die. Ha ha ha. Suffer from my awesome bolter rifle. Darn. Last time on that. Okay, nice. Hey, no problem, Jonathan. I'm old school with this kind of stuff. I don't mind spending the hours testing if it results in something good. Okay, that's 2 minutes and 37 seconds. So 2 times 60 plus 37. Pretty reasonable times. One more run. I gotta do some reactor farming too. I'll wait and see what turns up this week. Maybe after this, to take a mental break, I will, after I finish this testing and get my conclusions done. Now, I'll post my conclusions in a video on another day, because tomorrow I gotta do the Glay build, but after that, I'll definitely post my conclusions. Basically what I can say is that, this thing, so far, it's seeming like focus fire is the best, but I need to do one more test run of this to find out. I think that in time they will reduce the number of rolls. I don't know what they were thinking with that, but maybe their system just can't accommodate yet. I've seen it happen in other games, so I kind of understand. Oh, this was definitely a lucky one. Ah, crud. Oh no. I messed up on that one. Whoops. Now that was not very cash money of me. Totally messed up. Oof.
I must have let my guard down.
Oh dear. Let's see, who will expire, him or me? No! Oh, there we go. I thought he survived by the skin of his teeth. Otherwise, that would have been a good run. Okay, let's see the results. 2 minutes 40. Not perfect, but within expectations. So on average, depending on how much crits you hit, yeah, focus fire does seem slightly better, but only because you can control it to an extent, which is to be expected because the weak spot damage is controlled via your aim. So yeah. Take it down without frenzying, not including 1 or 2 shotting a boss? Yes, Bad Wolf. Lepic. Lepic's glass cannon just absolutely annihilates most bosses, but you need to shoot 1 burst. So it needs to be 1 full burst of power. Once you do that, you're okay. As long as you're firing the full burst, you are A-okay. Fail to fire the full burst, and, well, you'll suffer. Let me see if I can show ya. One pump man. Okay. I was supposed to change this module to dangerous ambush. Should I do that now? I'm so lazy. I kind of want to, but at the same time, I'm debating seriously. Well, I'll think about it later. Anyway, for the time being, if you wanted to run something like this with maximized conservation, what you would do,
We need information about the Colossi.
just as an example, oh, that's right, we would need to alter Nene's. Give me a second. That'll do. That'll do.
Have you completed
Okay.
preparations?
I really should add the catalyst in, but I'm just so lazy. I know I should, but believe me when I say I'm lazy. Maybe tomorrow I'll level up Lepic, because I just cannot be bothered finishing his build until I'm done with Haley, you know? Weapon proficiency is mostly to add catalysts, Jonathan. That's why it's super important. It's all about adding the catalyst in. So that's kind of how it's done. Again, this is not the full proper build, but yeah, once you finish this, like, you put on dangerous ambush, it's so good and just destroys everything. So technically Lepic is designed for that specifically. There you go. All good, Jonathan. I understand. Alright, homies. Let me head back here. What should I do for the last half hour of stream? I think I'm gonna take a chill pill. I'm gonna put my mass sanguigle back on. I'm gonna put my mass sanguigle back on and just swap over to a full proper build. Focus, fire rate capacity, focus fire, and then I just need one element to complete this. So this will do for now. One second. Oh, that's this type of slot, isn't it? Yeah, this will do for now. I'm gonna have to add in more to my enduring legacy at some point. Okay, I guess I could do that. And I will another day, but this will do for now. Okay, guys, let's go sanguificate our enemies. Why? Because it'll be hilarious. Now to start working on the meandering legacy. Actually, wait, we should probably work on piercing light. Okay. New farm for reactor components tomorrow, buddy. It is tomorrow. Let's go get some weapon proficiency. Actually, let's try the block kyber mining in White Knight Gulch. I've been eager to test that one out. But yes, the reactors change every Tuesday, my friend. Petro, I will not be giving advice on that. Sorry, until I play Ajax myself, I do not give advice on the character. I know that White Knight Gulch is bad, but some people believe that it's good, so why don't we test it out for ourselves, you know? I want to see how long it takes and how many levels I gain. So let's find out together as champions. Ajax is not an attribute, dude. What makes you think Ajax is fire? Ajax is the void guy. Lepic is fire. Izmo and Blair are fire. Ajax is a non-attribute. Bruh. Imagine not memorizing every single character in the game. Shameful. Remember, true warrior memorizes every character in the game. And knows them all by heart. Imagine not having all of them. You know what I call that? Weakness, Jay. Weakness. How can you be Master Yoda if you haven't mastered everything, bruh? Bruh. Yes. Suffer before the multi-talented powers of my Glay. Ha ha ha.
My power now.
Yeah, you just have to hold the weapon in your hands. This is all covered in my weapon proficiency guide, dude. So if you want to know stuff, just make sure to check my weapon proficiency guide and you're pretty much good to go, dude.
This is mine. Stopped.
No. Failure. A build guide on Yujin? Never. You'll never take me alive. Exact computation damage on Bunny's ult? No way, man. I'm nerdy, but not that nerdy, pal. Appreciate the praise, but even I'm not that nerdy. Yes. But it takes time to really make the ultimate weapons because it's expansive. It is expansive. Catalyst wise, it costs a lot. If that wasn't the case, I'd be okay. But it is expansive. Oh, there's some dude here. Look at him being all nerdy.
Damn it! Descendant, we detected another high-level Vulgus. There's just no end to them. Please take care of this.
Feel the hands of death.
Okay, let's run. Piercing Light and Enduring Legacy. But Piercing Light is the bigger priority because I really need to get Haley done as well. So this week's big focus is definitely Piercing Light. Yeah, as you wish, Jay. You shall now be marked down forever as a weakling. Alright, everybody, Jay's new status is weakling. Because he believes he has completed everything. Listen to what Glay says. Weakling. Okay, heading down there. This definitely feels slower. He said, Bunny, Sharon, Enzo, and maybe Lepic. Once the rest are done, the rest are worthless, right? Therefore, it must mean that everything is completed.
This is mine.
Well, there's always more to it than that, but like I said, up to each individual.
Damn it! Descendant, we've detected another high-level Vulgus. There's just no end to them. Please take care of this.
Oh, this is that type of guy, huh? There we go. Done. The weapon XP is not that great. I mean, it's okay, but it feels kind of slow. This might be better. Might not be better than block kyber mining. We'll see. But so far, not impressed. My opinion could change though.
Feel my power. Weak.
A lot of new glaze, the one biggest thing that they mess up is that they forget they're supposed to turn their skills on and off. Unless you want to go cheesy like me. I went extra cheesy and swapped a few things for HP collector. It's actually pretty bad because I do a bit less damage, but at the same time, I do get like a 30+ meter range on this. So I can sanguificate the whole area. So that part, I'm okay with. Okay. What ultimate gun is my favorite? I don't have a favorite. I like them all. For me as a builder, my job is not to have a favorite. My job is to experiment, learn, test everything, so I never have favorites. I use whatever is most efficient for the situation.
New subscriber detected.
It's my power now.
Guess I'll hit to A first. What is my most hated? I don't have a hated weapon or character. Because I haven't tried them all. Only when I've really tried them all can I really pass a judgment. Because right now, if I were to say that, oh, I dislike this one, people would ask me why. And if I cannot provide a correct answer, that's spreading misinformation. And you know how strict I am on my own rules. So I would never spread misinformation, ever. Hence why I think it's more important for me to just chill and wait until I genuinely try them all. Only then can I really, you know, say, I understand this or I understand that. Greg's Faith is very good, but look, if you're in normal mode, then here's what you gotta focus on. First and foremost, get yourself a good farming descendant like Bunny or Valby, whichever one. Bunny is usually preferred. Once you have yourself a good Bunny, like Ultimate Bunny I mean, then you can start to work on weapons. Or you can use the Thunder Cage if you have a different descendant you prefer. The Thunder Cage is pretty decent for farming, not as fast as Bunny, but still pretty decent. So that's what I would personally recommend. Get all that sorted and then, you know, off you go. Don't worry too much about ultimate weapons and things like that. That comes after you sort out your farming. So you need to be able to farm either with a Thunder Cage or with Ultimate Bunny. You don't really want to invest in normal Bunny because normal Bunny doesn't have access to all the mods. Ultimate Descendants always have access to 2 extra mods, which makes quite a bit of a difference. So yeah, that is what I would recommend to most players to do. If you focus up in that way, your journey will be a lot smoother. Any weapon can be good for crit mods, but you need to know the base crit rate. Did you watch my weapon stats video? Because if you do, then you'll see how to interpret the weapon stats, right? You need to know what the weapon's base crit rate is, because critical hit is a multiplier off your base. So for example, even if you increase it by 30%, if your base is like 5, 30% of 5 is 1.5. You're not going to do very much damage. Or you're not going to do very many criticals, see? So yes, the best way is wait for my builds. But if you want to do it on your own, then you got to look at the base crit rate and decide for yourself. All Epic is okay if you really want him, but I'll just be real with you. There are far better choices because Ultimate Lepic is mostly a bosser. He's okay at farming. But if you're looking for farming, Ultimate Bunny, Ultimate Valby. Your choice though, you want to get Ultimate Lepic as soon as you get in, that's on you. Do it, don't let anyone stop you, but yeah. My recommendation is not to do that because you'll just make things harder for yourself. It's fun, but technically you could do kind of the same with Glay. Like I've got 30 meters of range on her right now, and it's pretty wild. This is in general what I like about Glay though. I can just wander around and do this. I can literally just go around crushing people's souls. And they can't do a dang thing about it.
My power Feel my power. This is mine.
But I also have to say this is very slow. I was kind of expecting better, but this is not better. Okay, now the spamming begins.
This is mine.
Okay, time to hit the 8. Not really. Glay is non-attribute. I think her power is just related to blood or whatever. So basically all the red glowing stuff is all blood. That's basically what she does. She is the vampire lady. What she does is she goes around making everybody suffer. If she was Legion of Darkness though, she would have fire attribute, which would be pretty cool. But yeah. For now, she's just unattributed. No, Glay naturally does not have a mana counter. Her ability is Thirst. She uses HP to cast her skills. Not MP. So she has no MP, no shields. She's just all pure health. And her main focus, I guess, is to just balance that thin line. She has to walk a tightrope, essentially. If she fails to walk that tightrope, she dies. Yeah, that depends mostly on your external components, things like that. So in the early stages, you will die a lot. But in the later stages, you don't have to worry too much about it. Most of the time for everybody, it's just the early stages that are problematic. Later stages, you'll be okay.
My power.
For me, all that matters on Glay is that I hit everybody. As long as I can hit everybody with my powers, then I'm all good. If I cannot, then that's where I'm not good.
I smell death. We'll all be killed. Damn it.
Order Truth, I could see that. Because she's all about like that bioengineering, I guess. But no. Glay is... Yeah, actually Order Truth might suit her. Because her powers are related to blood in the body. So I could kind of see that.
I smell death.
For Glay, I would recommend checking out my farming build for Glay. You can see what skills I'm using right now. Or you can watch my video on all her Transcendent mods. I also go through skills in that one. I usually recommend people watch those videos because it's more in depth. And it's better than me just regurgitating everything that I said in those videos on stream. Good job. Well done on that, the one.
Will not be interrupted. We'll all be killed.
No problemo. The more you watch, the more you learn. The biggest thing that I think I struggle with trying to tell people or communicate to them is how valuable the videos are. Like, I know they're long because I don't shoot like short, you know, cut up videos. I don't like to do that because I feel that you don't learn as much. I like to be very authentic with my teachings, so I do it as if I were in a classroom. And for me, that is crucial and very important. So I don't make my videos shorter for that particular reason. That being said, I can understand that the length makes some people balk because they're like, oh my god, 20 minutes? You seriously want me to watch a video for 20 minutes just to learn something? I'm like, yes, though. Because even then, sometimes it's not enough to grasp the concept. And only after you spend the time on it do you really get a chance to understand everything, which is why I have that particular style. Because I believe that if you don't truly give yourself that chance to learn and go in depth, you just won't connect with the information. And that, of course, hurts your overall journey later on. Yes, indeed, she is the one. She's definitely one that I want to fully maximize as soon as I can.
Another tough enemy to deal with. Descendant, do your thing.
Good. Okay. Let's see what the results are. Yeah, the weapon proficiency for 26 minutes here. No, that wasn't good. It would have been way better if I stuck with block kyber mining. So White Knight Gulch is okay, but I'll be real with you, block kyber mining is far better. The only way that I could approve of White Knight Gulch over block kyber mining is, over sterile land, is if you could run as Bunny. I guess that could make it work, but otherwise, nah. Probably would not do very well. But okay, at least now we know. Also, this should be stim accelerant. Much better. Okay, great. That brings us to the end of the stream, ladies and gents. Thank you very much for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Now, keep in mind that tomorrow is Space Marine 2 in the morning. Okay, so we'll do Space Marine 2 in the morning, and then in the evening, we'll do some more First Descendant. And please expect my Glaze gun build, which you saw thorough testing of today. Please expect that by tomorrow. Okay, I'll have that ready for you guys. Again, apologies that it took so long. It does take a while to get my stuff out, but I promise it'll be out for you guys. All right. Izumo, I would not say he's that bad, but I would say you have to build him very correctly. He is difficult to build well, and even then, he's not all that strong. Just being honest with that. So yeah, that's Izumo's main problem. He may become stronger in future, but we'll have to see. For now, thank you all very much, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. See you tomorrow, and don't forget to catch Space Marine 2 in the morning.